Welcome to Wayne Tech Virtual Reality Calibration. To ensure the best Arkham VR experience, we recommend you play while standing. Calibration complete. Recalibrate at any time by selecting Calibration from the pause menu.
Hi guys, PD here, welcome to the channel, welcome to another new video. Today we're going to discuss and I'm going to show you why I think the new Batman Arkham Shadow game is going to be epic. I'm hoping to attract a lot of gamers who normally play these types of games on a monitor. You're new to VR and I want to try to get across to you why Batman Arkham Shadow is a perfect fit for VR. I know there's been some controversy in comments about the game being VR only and only available on the Quest 3, and that's mostly because of the developers' passion for VR. And for those of you who play these games on a flat screen monitor, who think VR is a niche, if you're not in the VR bubble, then VR for you is still a niche. Also, it saddens me to see some of the top gaming YouTubers talking about VR as if it's not very good. YouTubers like Asmongold, he's so far out of the loop, he's never really tried VR, he's never really tried a good VR game. And in his mindset, he still thinks VR is not very good. Now in the background, I'm showing you gameplay from a VR game that was released 7 years ago. In the background, you can see Batman Arkham VR. And I have to say guys, on the Quest 3, for a 7-year-old game, it still looks superb. No screen door, super sharp and clear. Also, for those of you who still think that VR is a niche, figures came out yesterday for a very popular VR game. It's made over $26 million in revenue. There's no way in hell that these figures are for a genre that some people still feel is niche. If you're a pancake gamer, you play flat games on a monitor, and you think VR is a niche, then you've been living under a rock. And pay no attention to these big YouTubers that obviously have never played VR. Batman Arkham Shadow should 100% be a VR game because games need to evolve. Myself and other fellow gamers believe that VR is that evolution. We want full immersion, we want to be in the world. Why sit in front of a monitor or TV with a gamepad, play the game on a big flat screen, when you can be inside the game world? You can live and breathe the environments. You can feel the atmosphere. You can feel the haptics. You become the main player in the game. Now throughout this video there's going to be some examples, again why I think this game is going to be epic. I'm also going to leave timestamps below the video so that you can skip to certain parts. Last night I recorded the full campaign of me playing Batman Arkham VR, and during this gameplay there's going to be some snippets from the developer.
I think your father would...
Now if you're a flat gamer, you're curious about Batman being in VR, I want you to pay attention to me in the video. Watch how I use my hands physically to manipulate objects and things in the world. Watch my reactions and remember, I'm actually inside the game. I'm in the world. This world is all around me, just like real life.
Girls too.
Take a moment right now to look around you. Look around your room, look at your desk, look at your door, look at your ceiling, look at your walls, look at the monitor. Now imagine going into the Batman world and doing the same thing, and it all looks real. That's what VR is all about. It's total immersion. Nothing beats the feeling, nothing comes close. That's why I've been doing VR for 7 years. Now if you've got a VR headset, you've got a decent PC, and you want to try this game that's running in the background, I did have some issues running the game on Windows 10. I'm going to tell you how to resolve those issues. If the game crashes, you need to make sure you go to the game's exe file, go to properties, and make sure in compatibility mode you select Windows 7. Also, in the game's launch options, you need to type -OpenVR. If you try this game on the Quest 3 and it doesn't work, and you've not done what I've told you to do, your controllers are not going to work. If you do what I tell you to do, then when you get into the game, your Quest 3 controllers are going to be represented by Vive 1s.
Very good, sir. I'll see you downstairs.
Now, as you watch this video, like I said, there's going to be timestamps below the video, so you can skip to certain sections. The same developer is responsible for this game that I'm showing in the background, also the Batman Arkham series of games. Some of those developers and artists are also involved in the brand new Batman Arkham Shadow game that's coming this year, so they do have some pedigree behind them.
Even if you do.
Some of you might have some questions about the credibility of the developers of this game. Also, just how powerful and capable is the Quest 3 to pull this off? I'm going to show you some examples now, and this is where the timestamps is going to come in handy. The first example is a game called Iron Man, developed by the same developers making the new Batman game. And like I stated earlier, watch how I interact with the game. And don't forget, this is a 3D world, it's all around me. I feel like I'm there for real. I feel like I'm Iron Man, I'm wearing the suit. I can feel the haptics in my controllers when I shoot. I can see the visor in front of me. It feels like I'm wearing a real visor. The only caveat is this game does not look as good as what it could look because it was made to work on a Quest 2,
sir.
which is about 4 times less powerful than the Quest 3.
You seem
So just imagine this game looking 4 times better. That's what we're going to get from the new Batman game, and I'm going to show you a game after this clip of what the Quest 3 is capable of graphic-wise. Enjoy the clip. Like I said, watch how I interact with everything in the game. And watch how, as Iron Man, I use my hands and my thrusters the same way I would naturally if I was the real Iron Man. That's the power of VR.
He named Pepper Potts the new CEO of Stark Industries. During a press conference, Mr. Stark admitted he had not informed Ms. Potts of his decision prior to the announcement.
Perhaps you jumped the gun, sir.
It's the opportunity of a lifetime. She's gonna thank me.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm your assistant, Tony. You need to warn me before you do stuff like this.
You're not my assistant. You're the CEO of Stark Industries. Or don't you watch the news?
I'm gonna...
Pepper, I'm not always right. I mean, I'm usually right.
Tony!
But here's the thing. I wasn't put on Earth to sit behind a desk. And you weren't put here to handle my unpaid parking tickets.
I was gonna ask if there are any more of them.
There are glove boxes full of them. That's not the point. The company turned a corner years ago. We're a force for good in this world. And I want you to get that message out there.
Don't people always try to shoot the messenger?
Friday, who taught you how to fly?
You did, sir. Unfortunately, I'm not in control right now. Someone has taken us over. Remotely.
Out there! It's a Stark drone! A combat drone?
We don't make combat drones anymore.
The drone is encasing itself in some sort of hard-light shield.
Hello, Stark.
Do I know you?
I'm a ghost from your past.
Tony, look!
Incoming!
Time to die.
Friday, your airline just lost my luggage!
Then file a complaint when we land!
Override my safety belt! Pepper,
I know! Just come back in one piece!
Whoa! Those drones are headed toward Pepper!
I see them, sir.
Friday, I'm feeling a bit naked here!
Hang on, sir. Light gauntlet inbound. Debris, shoot it. Left gauntlet inbound. More debris, sir. Chest piece coming in on your left. Drones inbound.
Friday, where's my head at?
In the clouds as usual, sir.
Running out of time here.
Heads up. All systems online.
Just in time. I got a plane to catch.
You can't outrun your past, Stark.
We'll see about that. Pepper, can you hear me?
Little windy, but yeah, I hear you.
Sir, we have a massive breach in the hull.
Old news, Friday. Tell me about something I didn't just jump out of.
Scanning. There's an engine fire that needs your attention. A secondary explosion on the right engine, sir.
Got it.
Fire suppression system online.
That's one less burning issue to deal with.
Good job, sir. So the autopilot is no longer responding, and the jet is projected to crash into a populated area.
I'll deal with the autopilot.
Pepper? No! Stay put! It's too dangerous!
Says the guy who jumped out of the plane.
Any more from our mystery guest?
They're giving us the silent treatment, but their hounds are clawing at the door.
Show him in. Bullseye! We'll have to wing it. Get bent! That looks better.
I've located an airstrip for emergency landing.
Thanks, Friday. Pepper, you think you can land this bird?
Only one way to find out. Lowering the landing gear. The landing gear doors are malfunctioning.
Of course they are. Make a wish! It's all yours, Pepper.
Gears down. 3 green.
Well done, both of you.
If no one has any further objections, I say we call it a day.
Your old weapons will be the death of you.
Sir, I'm detecting a new energy signature.
More enemies? Good. My trigger finger's getting itchy. Yeah! Pepper! Take my hand!
Tony!
Welcome to your connecting flight.
Next time, I want my own suit.
I hope you really enjoyed the clip. Thank you for staying with me. Now I'm going to show you what the Quest 3 is possible of doing graphically. This is a game running natively on the Quest 3. The only reason why I've got cable is because I'm recording my gameplay. This game is called Red Matter 2 and I rate it as one of the best games to showcase how good the Quest 3 really is. Again, watch how I interact with the world. Don't forget, I'm inside the world, I'm inside the game world. It feels real, it looks real. Everything I do with my hands works in real time and I feel like I'm reaching for objects, and the vistas and the graphics are stunning. And this is the Quest enhanced version of the game. You have to remember as well that Batman Arkham Shadow is going to be a Quest 3 only game. So the developers do not have to cater for lower graphics for a far less superior machine. These developers can use the full potential of the Quest 3, which I'm going to show you right now. Again, enjoy the clip, and when you come back we're going to continue watching Batman Arkham VR, the full campaign, and I'm going to incorporate some transcripts from the producer of the game. Thanks again to Matt, BMF.
bridge any farther, it's just going to draw their attention. Okay, this is a perfect chance for you to practice using your suit's built-in thrusters. Nice. Do the same to get to the next one. This time, you'll need to press the right stick to brake midair. This will increase your precision when landing. Your suit features a built-in scanning tool. Press the face buttons on the left side to cycle between your different tools. You can get additional information about objects that you scan. Try it out. This'll help to refresh your memories and settle your mind. You left behind some friends on Strelka N3. Sasha Riss, your true identity. They led you to believe you were someone else in order to increase the simulation's chance of success. Use the right gripper to detach the interface tool on the left side. Once detached, connect it to the terminal's access port. Alright, there's just some stuff I need to take care of before I get out of here. I'll contact you just as soon as you've entered orbit.
Understood, Beta. And thanks for getting me out of here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Proximity alert. Approaching destination. Initiating deceleration sequence. Thrusters. Ready. Main drive. Ready. Inertial dampeners. Ready. All checks completed.
Here we go.
You nervous?
I've never done this before.
Don't worry. It's all automated. Just enjoy the ride.
Hailing docking beacon. Link established. Calculating approach vectors. Path verified. Initiating docking maneuver.
Told you it'd be a piece of cake.
That's gotta be Stas' shuttle.
It is, yes. The ship is still broadcasting the distress signal.
Empty. Main power is out and systems are damaged beyond repair. This thing hasn't flown in a while.
Huh. That checks out with the transmission delay.
Beta, Vlad is sending me a message.
The virtual logic assistance drive?
It's gotta be tapping into my suit's systems via the access port. This station is massive. How'd they keep it hidden?
Space is vast, Sasha. If you're not looking for it, you'll never find it. Let's get inside.
What is going on?
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. Just a slight headache. I'm fine.
The Batman Arkham VR game is only a short experience, but a lot of things that they show you in this game have been incorporated into the brand new game, and I've heard the game is going to be between 8 and 10 hours long. Once you do finish the campaign in this game that I'm showing you, there are bonus things to do afterwards. You've got the Riddler section where you need to find clues, you need to find all the Riddler symbols. You can also play around with all the toys in Batman's lab in the caves. In Batman Arkham Shadow, you're going to have a full body suit. So when you look down, you're going to have a full body. You're going to have all the elements that make an Arkham game great. You've got the grappling gun, you've got gliding, boss battles, investigations, solving clues. I've also heard that combat's going to be very fluid, very similar to how you play the flat Arkham Asylum games. Again, I'm going to let the producer explain it all during the rest of this video. And if you're interested in the gameplay, there's going to be a trailer featuring gameplay at this year's Gamescom.
There's a matter I must bring to your attention.
So make a note of that on your calendars. I'm going to leave you now with some gameplay from Batman Arkham VR. I'm going to leave you some transcripts thanks to Matt and the producer of the game. Hopefully it's going to answer a few questions for you. Again, thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoy my content, please leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to hit my little bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video. See you later.
Welcome. Suit up sequence initiated. Biometric signature required. Batsuit version 7.43. Ready for deployment. Please engage gauntlet apertures. Cowl, ready for deployment. Please begin Cowl calibration routine. Calibrating. Calibration complete. Grapnel gun, ready for deployment. Newest upgrades include high tensile wire to aid the navigation of environments and retrieval of distant objects. Please fire grapnel gun at target. Calibrating targeting.
Careful! You can't afford to burn through brain cells so quickly! At this rate, the only tasks left to you will be using cutlery and reading young adult
Grapnel gun targeting calibrated. Forensic scanner, ready for deployment. Software update allows for crime scene visualization and multi-layer analysis. Calibrating diagnostics. Please scan target. Diagnostics calibrated. Batarangs, ready for deployment. Aerodynamically designed for rapid flight and high impact. Calibrating targeting. Please use a batarang to hit the target. Batarangs equipped to utility belt. Hit 3 targets to continue calibration. Batarang targeting calibrated. Batsuit calibration complete.
Honored and very lucky that we can bring not only Batman to Quest 3 in a big way, in a must-have title for this holiday, but an Arkham Batman game, which I'm sure we'll talk more about. It all started with a phone call from Meta as we were wrapping up Iron Man VR, and they had played the game and they said they loved it, and they thought that we would be the perfect developers to do an even bigger game than that, a Quest 3 exclusive, big holiday title for 2024, as not just as a Batman, fully realized Batman game from the ground up, built for VR, but a official, authentic, new entry into the Arkham franchise. What do you think, Ryan? And my initial feeling was fear, and the reason I was afraid is because as a big Arkham fan, even before we got the phone call, I knew how important the locomotion is of Batman in the Arkham franchise. The grapple gun, being able to slide into vents, go underneath the floor grates, and sneak up behind guys and take them out in such a very seamless and just really user-friendly way. And also the combat. And so translating that into VR, I wasn't sure we could do it. I didn't think it was even possible, to be honest with you. Feel like you're Batman. So you're going to look down, you're going to see the full, it's not just floating hands. You're going to see your chest piece, you're going to see the batarang on your chest, you're going to see your legs, the whole suit. You're going to feel like Batman. And not only when you're walking around and doing locomotion, which we could figure out because we figured out with Iron Man, right? In the Arkham games, Batman doesn't walk up to enemies, he punches towards enemies. And that's where it all started, and that's where the prototype began. And it was very much a fluid, rhythm-based, in large part, Beat Saber and some time dilation from Super Hot VR in a way that feels super fluid. You get into the flow state like you just do in the flat screen games. And once we were able to execute that and prove it through a prototype, that's when I started feeling like that level of confidence that, yes, we can deliver on that true fantasy that you were talking about becoming Batman. One of the interesting challenges about VR that I think people don't necessarily know when you're developing in it is that one-to-one movement isn't always the best policy. Sometimes it is good. I'm sure. I know you've played Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. If the weapons were just completely one-to-one and they felt like with no weight at all, it wouldn't feel as good. That weight that they add to it, the physics they add to it. So similar kind of philosophy for Arkham Shadows combat is that it's not like some of the boxing games where you have free flow where you can punch and dodge whenever you want. Just like the Arkham games, there is a time and place for it. And there's a good time and place for it, and then there's a bad time and place for it. And so players start by, as I mentioned, punching towards enemies, which can actually have them lunge across the room at an enemy, time dilation, right in the face, and then start your combo. Boom, 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 which is some of the Beat Saber supernatural inspired UI elements that are coming at you. And then, as what happens with all the other Arkham games, it's annoying, but it's also part of the magic is that you get interrupted and you see a counter icon show up on your right side or your left side. And depending on where it is, you put your hand up and now Batman blocks that incoming attack, especially if you do it on the right timing. You keep your meter going, and then we flip you exactly to that next enemy, and then you continue your combo. And as you're building your combo, you go into a special combo, and then Batman's brutality really comes across as you're kind of building up that combo meter. And that's not to mention just like the gadgets that we're integrating into the combat flow, whether it's the batarang or the smoke bombs that you can pull off your gauntlet and throw down, whether it's also all the range of enemy types. So we're integrating those as well in terms of like how are you going to do a knife dodge in VR? How are you going to take care of those shield enemies in VR? All of those elements. That's what's taken us 3.5 years is to translate so many of the core Arkham elements, not just combat, but so many of them, recreating them for VR and making sure that they just feel amazing. It's not just about mimicking what's happening in the flat screen world, which is amazing, not taking anything away from that. But as you get this extra dimension, and you get this extra level of fidelity, right? As I was mentioning, you get to see your bat suit. You got your motion controls. You've got these great lenses with the Quest 3 and the amazing haptics, and it's just that extra layer of interactivity that you have in this world. I don't want to come across as arrogant, but I think it's really just the strength of our team. The same engineer who did the locomotion for Iron Man with the motion controls, making you feel like you're Iron Man flying around the world. That was his first job, was to get the grapple gun to work and the zip and how does it feel to go up onto top of buildings and then glide down and everything. So it shouldn't be that easy, but I think it's in large part thanks to the incredible team that we have at Camouflage, the fact that we've been making VR games since 2015. We could also just learn from the Arkham franchise. We're pulling a lot of those elements in there, so we're not just starting from scratch, obviously. It very intentionally is inspired by Arkham Asylum. So you've got big open spaces like the courtyard, or some of these other areas that they have in the game where you can go into a cape glide and glide down to these areas and go many feet or many meters, and glide kick into enemies and zip up into secret areas. So it's got a sense of openness, right? with the Metroidvania-inspired structure, just like Asylum. So you got your big courtyard, you got multiple dungeons that you can go in and out of. Once you complete the dungeon and get the appropriate gadget from that dungeon, you can use that gadget to go back to other dungeons and then unlock other secrets. So very inspired with the amazing job that Rocksteady did with Asylum, and that's the kind of the degree of freedom that we're giving players with this game. To really embody that that Rocksteady design formula of where it feels intuitive and smooth and powerful, and we've applied that all those lessons into, yes, a much bigger game than Arkham VR, large part because we have a much bigger team behind it and much more time than they had. And so yes, free locomotion and much more expansive, feature-rich game. So in terms of length, we're looking at somewhere between the game I know you've played, which Iron Man VR, somewhere definitely bigger than that, more feature-rich than that game. And we're trying to get close to that Asylum length. We're going to be somewhere in the middle there, I think. But we'll see how the next number of months goes before as we close out development. Our development process was once we check the box of combat and locomotion. Okay, what's next on the list? Okay, we got to figure out boss battles. We have to figure out investigation, right? Because those are a big part of the Arkham games as well. And we got to figure out gadgets. And we got to do these big cinematic and story moments, but back to the gadgets, making sure that each of the gadgets feels great and appropriate for VR. And we looked really closely to how Rocksteady did the grapple gun in Arkham VR and how they did the Batarang and how it all felt. But we knew we had to go beyond that, right? One of the traditional design challenges from all the Arkham games previous to us is that a lot of players play a lot of the game in detective vision or detective mode, depending on the game. And it doesn't always make for the most compelling YouTube videos, I'll say, when I watch those. But when you're playing in VR, when you're fully immersed in detective vision, what I found, and I know that a lot of other players internally have been playing the game, find, is that when you're fully immersed in it, it's a great tool, but you don't always want to stay in it. And I think that's actually a good thing. I want people to see this beautiful world that our 3D artists and 2D artists have been building over the last number of years, with all the great shaders and the real-time shadows we're putting in the game. The fact that the game is Quest 3 means that we are fully leveraging that hardware and pushing it as far as we possibly can. Before we got the Quest 3 dev kits, we were not at frame rate, and we were creating some fairly big spaces. Again, we're not fully open world, but we have some pretty big Arkham Asylum level areas, right? And we weren't sure if we were going to hit performance when we were developing early on, when we only had access to Quest 2, for example, knowing that the next hardware was coming. And so what a sigh of relief for the team when we finally get the dev kits and we know we're going to be on Quest 3, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not making this up. We were not only relieved, but pleasantly surprised to the degree of which the hardware was able to handle the game and just instantly allow us to hit frame rate, which was just so wonderful for the team. So we didn't have to scale down the game. We can really just execute on what our original vision was over the last 3.5 years and build it out. So the game is set in the kind of the chronological time frame after the first game in the canon, which is Arkham Origins, and before Arkham Asylum. So there's a gap of time there that we're setting the game in. So Batman's still relatively new to this career. He's got a lot of things to learn, a lot of built-up anger, a pretty unremorseful, violent version of Batman that I thought was the perfect version of Batman for people to embody. And like him, using the immersive power of VR and storytelling, learn something about not only Batman, but perhaps learning something about themselves as they're playing the story, where we're really going to take him in some pretty dark places and ultimately have him grow as a person, as a hero, in a way that, again, I hope really inspires people who play through the whole game and get to the end credits. The first thing that I really want people to take away from this game is just like the love and care that went into this, into the work that we've done over the last 3.5 years working on this game. We are both equal parts thankful and terrified of playing in this franchise that we know countless people love, and we want to do right by them. And we know that by doing right by them, it's not paint by the numbers, mathematical translation of what Arkham is into VR and be done with it. Because I think that is actually taking away from some of the great things about the Arkham franchise, which I was talking about, the surprise elements, really pushing the medium. I want to give Arkham fans, some of whom are out there, let's be honest, would love, perhaps would wish that Arkham Shadow was a flat screen game, and no judgment from me. I get it, but I want to through the course of the next several months, as we're showing off more of the game or show gameplay at Gamescom. Over time, one of my goals is to convince them that this is not only a game, an Arkham game worth checking out because it's authentic and has all those features, but you're going to experience what Arkham is in a totally different level through this game.
Dropped your guard before the first blow fractured your jaw. Why hesitate? It goes against everything I taught you. How are your other 2 injuries sustained? There must be a clue in the reconstruction. Killer was fast, strong, but that wasn't why they beat you. They knew exactly how you'd fight. Your ribs weren't fractured by this point. That must have happened near the end of the fight. The killer anticipated your move and cut off your escape. I know you, Dick. You'd never back down from a fight. Did you know you were beaten? I'm starting to build a profile of your killer. Studying the fatal blow could provide another clue to their identity. You were badly injured, no longer a threat. Your killer showed no mercy. Why did the killer flee the scene? What did they see? I'm increasing the radius of the reconstruction. A witness. But who was it? I need to search the reconstruction. See if they left prints behind.
Reached end of reconstruction.
A full handprint. The witness was Jackie Flynn, low-level criminal and known associate of the Penguin. I need to pay Penguin a visit.
Ending reconstruction.
I'm sorry, Dick. I should have been here. If Cobblepot had anything to do with your murder, I'll make him regret it.
Sir, are you all right? Perhaps you should take a moment.
No time. I'll grieve when I know Robin's safe.
Bring that muppet out here.
Let go of me. Boss, please.
Right, Shanks. I'm glad we had this chat.
Please don't hurt me.
I know you're scared, but hey, at least you're not blown up. Not like 3 of my best guys. Not like my bloody club!
I'm sorry, boss.
You were on security, Shanks. Do I have to explain to you what that means? It means you're supposed to check every bag for bloody front bag bombs! Now, you should be grateful. No! Look at the view! Breathtaking, isn't it? I like to come up here when I'm feeling contemplative. Hey, what's happening? Ah! Ah! me go! Look, you gonna ask some questions before you start with the bleeding scare tactics? I know why you're here. Your little buddy. Sidekicked the bucket, didn't he? Well, I bloody didn't do it!
Honestly, I hoped you'd faint from terror the moment you looked down. Not that I did.
Look, this is all I know. I swear. Last night, one of my boys comes back to the club. Bloody terrified he is. He says he saw your boy done in. Said you'd be after him. Last thing he says, before some wanker blows him up and half the bloody iceberg lounge. You want your witness? He's in the morgue.
Surprise, bad freak! Hey, turn around! Just stay right there! Move an inch, and you're dead!
The Batwing is inbound, sir. Please identify the targets to be neutralized.
I guess Night Wanker's murder isn't getting solved after all!
Very good, sir.
What's your matter, Batman? Scared? It'll be over soon! What the hell is that? No! No! What are you doing? Get up! Bloody idiots! Wake up, you idiot! If you pricks think rubber bullets hurt you, wait till I get my shotgun!
Robin is still not responding, sir. If his disappearance is related to Master Grayson's murder, there must be a clue in that morgue.
The victims of the iceberg lounge bombing. The coroner identified a piece of shrapnel in one of the bodies. Looks like a fragment of the bomb's detonator. I need to analyze the bodies with the forensic scanner. Find enough fragments and I can determine the origin of the device. A piece of the detonator lodged in the adductor muscle of the victim's thigh. There could be shrapnel anywhere in the bodies. I can analyze both the bone and muscle layers by switching modes on the forensic scanner. A detonator fragment lodged in the victim's skull. There could be more of the detonator shrapnel in the remaining two victims. Detonator fragment buried in the manubrium sterni. Partial serial number. A fragment of the detonator cut through the victim's soleus. There isn't enough here to trace the detonator's origin. I need to examine the third victim. the bomb's detonator punctured the lower abdomen. A detonator fragment lodged in the victim's clavicle. The fragments are mangled, twisted, but if I use the Batcomputer to simulate their original shape, I should be able to reconstruct the detonator and identify the serial number.
Generating reconstruct.
Perhaps making the hidden objects bright green was a strategic miscalculation on my part.
Construction.
The device was registered to City Vision Demolitions. They're demolishing an old sewer system beneath Founders Island. The sewer could be the killer's hideout. If I target our scanners on this area, maybe I can pick up Robin's transmitter.
Scanning. Decrypting radio signal.
Alfred. Batman. The sewer. Crap.
He's alive, but in danger. I'm coming, Tim.
Sir, that sewer system has been ostensibly abandoned for some time. Whoever trapped Robin may well have made preparations for you.
Well, here we are, together again. Haven't you realized we're inseparable? I've got something for you. Ta-da! Your gift! Now I know, I've gone a little bit overboard with the packaging. Oh, the dynamic duo! Together at last!
Batman. You're just in time for my daring escape. I followed the trail like you said. Led down here. Whoever it was, I didn't see them coming. This graffiti. Some kind of Joker copycat, maybe?
Wrong! And who are you calling copycat Robin number 3?
Come on, we need to get out of here. Looks like a blown fuse. I'll check on this side. You hear that? We need to hurry. Okay, what have we got? Think you need this? I think that's it. So we can electrocute ourselves. Great. Okay, well the panel's open. It looks like some kind of...
Hey, I smell gumbo.
Who invited him?
Oh, Robin, I'd kill you myself, but sometimes you need a little help from your friends.
Okay. Well, it looks like some kind of gearbox, but I'm missing some cogs. Let's find them. Great. We're getting out of here.
No, bless his little heart. He actually thinks he's going to survive this.
Perfect. One more.
Whoopsie! Who's the real monster here?
You okay? We just need that last cog. Thanks. Okay, try the lever. Alright, your side's jammed. Okay, that should do it. Right. Let's get you out of here!
Come here! Patsy! Ooh, kinda cozy in here, isn't it?
Rough night, sir. When did you return? Ordinarily, I would beg you to take a night's rest, but, well, we have a situation.
Focus. I need to find out who did this.
You're just in time for my daring escape. I followed the trail like you said. Led down here.
You were the best fighter I ever trained. How did they beat you?
Last night, one of my boys comes back to the club. Bloody terrified he is. He says he saw your boy done in. Said you'd be after him. Last thing he says, before some wanker blows him up, and after bloody Iceberg Lounge.
Your killer was fast, strong, but that wasn't why they beat you. They knew exactly how you'd fight.
Well, here we are, together again. Haven't you realized we're inseparable? I've got something for you.
Whoever it was, I didn't see them coming. This graffiti. Some kind of Joker copycat, maybe?
I kill you myself. 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 But sometimes you need a little help from your friends. Oh, the dynamic duo together at last.